Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 reasons on why GTA protagonist Ryder, I don't know his last name, was not supposed to betray the Grove Street families. Now, I know this game came out in 2004. I was born in 2004. This game is based in the 90s, and 2000s kids got a hold of it. Well, if you know me, I fucks with 90s shit like R&B and rap, and I fucks with the 2000s R&B and rap more than I do in like 2010s and above. And we're in 2021, so yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna be giving my 5 reasons on why my favorite character in game, Ryder, was not supposed to betray CJ and yeah, and the families. So if you guys don't know the history of GTA San Andreas, it's a little complicated, but basically it has the best storyline in the game, in my opinion. Basically, in the summary, I believe this takes place in 1992, and what had happened was CJ, the person in the tank top and blue jeans, basically he left Grove Street to go to Liberty City. Then 4 years later, his mom dies, and he comes back to try to help his brother and the lieutenants and the families. So before CJ left, basically the reasoning for him leaving is maybe because he felt stressed and felt horrible that he let his older brother, or maybe I believe older brother Brian, die. And it's not clear what happened, but CJ did take responsibility for it in the last mission and the line where they kill Big Smoke. And yeah, so CJ is in quote a buster. So yeah. But basically, with the story, he basically slowly picks up the gang, gets it better. Then, like, in the middle of the story, Sweet gets shot and shit like that. So, CJ kind of just has to get more lieutenants and basically get the Grove back, which he successfully does. But is betrayed by his best friend, Ryder, and his other best friend, Smoke. And if you don't know who Big Smoke is, then I don't even understand how you don't know who Big Smoke is, based off of all the memes, based off of literally everything. So you don't know who Big Smoke is, and that's crazy to me. So I don't think I've explained him, but Ryder was a different character than Big Smoke. So yeah. Anyways, let me go to discussing my 5 reasons why I feel as Ryder was not supposed to betray CJ. So yeah, let's get it. Anyways, for my first reason, I guess, aka number 5, is helping out the Grove. Now, Ryder's a very underrated character. I feel like you could say he's a bipolar character before betraying on CJ, but realistically, he wasn't supposed to. And why I say this is because Ryder is one of the only lieutenants in the game to actually help the Grove. Now, don't get me wrong, Sweet did help the Grove, but Ryder did in different ways. Now, in this scene where Tenpenny is coming up to his crib and basically starting some shit with Ryder, Ryder doesn't tell him shit and doesn't really do anything. In every mission where Smoke, well, not every mission, but in most of the missions you do with Smoke, and his initials is BS, so that should just mean something. In most of his missions, Tenpenny's in his house, and Smoke is just literally talking, discussing with him and shit like that. And Smoke tries to do that innocent, oh, I'm not guilty, man. He just, tries to do that bullshit where he tries to confess that he's not saying shit or whatever, when really CJ's not really asking that many questions. So, he got guilt in his voice, but CJ's just like, okay, it's whatever, man. But Ryder, on the other hand, shows Tenpenny disrespects. He doesn't like the fact that he's in his house and shit like that, and he's pissed at him. He doesn't like Officer Tenpenny. And with these missions, basically what happens is Ryder helps the Grove by trying to give them better weapon supply, going to shoot some ballers because of the crack, what's the word? Because of the crack supply, the ballers are given the people. I forgot what they really called it, but that's the best I'm going to explain it. So yeah, Ryder basically played a big part in actually helping out the Grove, get their groove back. And he wasn't afraid of anybody. Another thing is Ryder is seen in missions like this one where he actually takes out other gangs. Smoke didn't really take out the Ballas. He only really shot in the one mission Drive By because he couldn't get caught not shooting at the Ballas once again, because in Drive By and Drive Through, my bad, I apologize, in Drive Through, the mission before Drive By, Smoke is eating his food just like that, and he's not shooting at the Ballas. And when CJ asks why, he doesn't really, he gives like a bullshit reason, then excuses it. While in Drive By, the next mission after that, he's actually caught shooting because he doesn't want to get caught a second time. You feel me? While Ryder, you can see, is literally shooting the Ballas and literally doesn't give a fuck. So yeah, come on now. Like with Smoke, it was obvious, but with Ryder, I feel like he wasn't supposed to, and that is for reason number one. Now on to the next. So for the next reason, I want to say is because Ryder's actor left midway through the story. Now, I remember like hearing about this and reading about this, and I don't know the exact reason. It's been a while, but with Ryder's character leaving midway, they couldn't really finish off the story with his character. So like, yeah, when CJ ended up killing Ryder, Ryder was just saying some generic shit that he was saying like in the beginning of the story, like you can't stop me, oh I'm a G, stuff like that. So like them killing him off was just kind of rushed, I guess you could say. So that's another reason. Ryder could have probably been a good guy and probably would have maybe died to Smoke or maybe helped CJ and maybe stayed as a character. So yeah, that's one reason. Another reason why I feel like he became a bad guy. So yeah, on to the next reason. For my next reason is that Ryder was a lifetime friend of CJ. Now what I mean by that is Ryder was always by CJ's side, and CJ was always by his side, and they were families for life, you know? Ryder has never showed any signs of actually hating CJ or like betrayal. Ryder always gave CJ a hard time, but that's what he did as a friend. And CJ even said in the home invasion mission when they were driving that you love to give a homie a hard time, and he kind of said that just, you know, like he was laughing, like it was just like something that Ryder always did. Ryder is just one of those characters that just is a douche, but overall really cares. Science, I guess, says the meanest character is always not meanest character, but your meanest friend is always the one who cares the most, and that is pretty true. That is pretty true. I do believe that, and Ryder really didn't say anything or show any signs of actually trying to betray CJ. He didn't talk behind CJ's back, and he always rolled with him. Now in missions, in early missions, you would see that Smoke and Sweet were talking about how crack. Smoke was arguing that they should push crack throughout the city, and Sweet was saying, nah, that will just ruin shit. And then Sweet sends Ryder and CJ out to go basically clean up the streets and shit like that. Now, never once has Ryder agreed with Smoke or betrayed CJ in basically any of those cutscenes. He rolled with him. He had his back. He was shooting with CJ. He made sure that CJ wasn't gonna die. Like Ryder actually did shit in the game that's actually helped CJ more than hurt CJ. So that's my third reason why. So, for my second to last reason why is because Ryder was always supplying the families. Now, Sweet was doing his best in supplying the families, but Sweet's missions was more just basically showing the ballers that where the Grove is back and shit like that. But Ryder was actually helping the Grove more than everybody else. And in dialogues with Ryder and CJ, they go way back. Just like I said in the last time, they're lifetime friends. Like in this scene, Ryder says why he didn't finish high school, and CJ and him just starts joking, well not joking, but discussing why, and they do it in a fashion way of just friendship, good times. And Ryder even daps up CJ because it was funny and because it was true. And yeah, now CJ doesn't like the fact that Ryder, smokes a little something. Well, but he never really, like just hates Ryder for it, and Ryder never really hates CJ just for like telling him, hey, put down the stuff and shit like that. So yeah, and in Ryder's final mission, I believe he takes CJ basically to an army base of weekend soldiers base to get a supply worth of guns. And the best part about this mission is that Ryder is actually protecting CJ while he does it. And that's just underrated, because normally, like in these GTA missions, it's the other way around, where you wait for your CPU to do it, and they're doing it very slowly. But Ryder actually was protecting CJ. Now, Big Smoke, when you was doing the wrong side of the tracks mission where Smoke was shooting the Fagos, Smoke took a lifetime to put bullets into them. Like, really, it's literally so easy for Smoke, but he took a long time. But in this time, it was up to you to take the time to actually do the mission, and Ryder was actually protecting you for a long period of time. Now, his health is very fragile. He like, I done this 3 times yesterday, because he's very fragile and he died a lot. But still, he was there for CJ, and he was actually protecting CJ. So I gotta give him points for that. And like, if he wasn't trying to help CJ, he could have just let CJ die and get away. Then that's the ending of the game. But no, he actually was shooting and actually was helping CJ. Love or hate him, Ryder was actually a good guy. Now to my number 1 reason, and this is going to take a lot more explaining to do.
Did it?
That shit was tight.
Tight? Man, that shit was shit.
Man, you say you down for the homies, but all you do is complain.
And finally, for my number 1 reason is the truth, and this is more the truth about San Andreas, the truth about Ryder's character, and etc. Now, for my other reasons, they might have seemed a little weird, but those are my opinions. Like for Lifetime Friend, I know Lifetime Friends can betray you at the ending of the day, but in Ryder's case, it is different. So first of all, just like I said in the previous clips, that Ryder was protecting CJ at a military base, and this is the mission I'm talking about. Literally, he's in the back of the van, of an open van, just looking out for CJ. I don't know how he was really communicating. He was just yelling to that nigga, and basically he had the courage to throw boxes at them, and literally like boxes of grenades and shit, or ammunition or something. They weren't really clear on that, but basically he was willing to protect CJ, although it would cost him his life. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, right, if Ryder betrayed CJ, then why wouldn't he not betray him in the first place, costing his life? Well, because it's different. See, what had happened, how Ryder basically betrayed CJ was because of Big Smoke. Basically, Big Smoke was the main antagonist, main bad guy. And in the beginning of the game, there's a cutscene where Big Smoke is talking about how if you make money, there's no questions asked and shit like that. And Ryder's just like, no, I don't really care about the money. I really care about the growth. And really, Smoke was blackmailing Ryder to basically be on his side and betray the families. Now, I noticed because one, Smoke was really hostile towards Ryder, like in the mission of Drive Through, when CJ asks about his mom and how his mom died. Ryder mentions about how it was a green saber that did it, and how and he also mentioned how they were going for Sweet, CJ's brother, which is really true in my opinion. It was just his mom was wrong place, wrong time, because what business did they really have with CJ's mom? Like, CJ's mom wasn't gangbanging or anything, so the fact that CJ's mom died instead of Sweet is a little suspicious, because that's just something I feel like people wouldn't do. People wouldn't just go out and kill somebody's mom, the leader of the gang's mom, because although that could put some grief into his heart, overall that's not really gonna that's gonna fuel him to want to kill him. And speaking of drive-through, here's the mission. You can listen. You can look at the subtitles because I don't have the audio playing because I'm explaining. And yeah, but in this mission, as you can see, Sweet sticks up to Smoke, and Smoke basically just kind of just backs off of him and just changes the subject. And yeah, in this mission, like I said before, Smoke wasn't shooting at the ballers, but Ryder was. And Smoke was basically being a little hostile towards Ryder when he was talking about the subject. Ryder said they was going for Sweet, and Ryder and Smoke responds with, "How are you supposed to know that?" in like a kind of meanish tone of voice. And he was basically just trying to avoid the subject, trying to tell Ryder to keep his mouth shut and don't say anything. And Smoke and Ryder was basically already too deep in at this point, so Ryder couldn't really do anything. Ryder was trying to help the families, like by getting weapons and shit like that, and he was actually doing a really good job. But towards midway, like with CJ and Sweet still not being dead, with them not being dead, then Tenpenny and Smoke basically just got fed up, and they ordered a plan to actually go out and kill them, which Ryder feels pretty guilty about. Now, why Ryder probably was a little messed up on the drugs in a little bit, because he felt guilty and he couldn't tell CJ, and he couldn't really do anything about it, so he was just trying to reduce the stress and whatnot. And I really do feel as if Ryder's character didn't leave midway, then Ryder could have really said something to CJ. Because if you think about it, like Ryder could have told CJ, "Yo, Smoke's up to something, and if we don't murk him soon, we might be in trouble." Like if you think about it, he really could have said that, because it's not like he was wearing a wire or anything, or there was cameras. This was at a time period where there was brick cell phones, so he wasn't being recorded or anything. So he was really good. But I believe with his actor leaving midway, that caused him to basically turn on CJ, and that's some BS in my opinion. Like CJ was the slime, certified slime, not certified legendary slime. And yeah, another thing with that being said, Ryder, when he was killed off by CJ, gave some generic ass words, like when CJ was insulting him and shit like that, chasing him down, Ryder was just saying some generic ass shit. Now, when Smoke died, when Smoke died, CJ was trying to reason with him. CJ was trying to talk to him and ask him what everything was about, like why he turned. And honestly, they didn't do that for Ryder. They just kind of killed off Ryder in a boat, and then mission over, and then he's dead. And CJ even felt a little bad about killing Ryder, especially since he didn't give any dialogue and shit like that. CJ felt horrible, but then Caesar basically said that to cheer him up, that Ryder tried to fuck his sister, so CJ was kind of just like, "Oh well, fuck that nigga then." But realistically, that really wasn't the case. The case was that Ryder was originally a good guy, but kind of was turned into a bad guy because, one, his voice actor left, and two, I'm pretty sure they didn't know how to finish off the character. So yeah, Ryder was honestly a good character. And in the mission where him and Smoke are caught with Tenpenny by Caesar showing CJ while Smoke was getting ambushed by ballers, Sweet was getting ambushed by ballers, I apologize. Ryder looks like he wasn't even into it. Like Ryder just looked like he was pissed off and just looked like he was stressed, while Big Smoke kind of just looked chill and calm and collected. Also, when Tenpenny marched into Ryder's house, Ryder seems a little suspicious, and at the same time looks like he didn't want him to barge in. And yeah, Ryder was basically scared of Smoke and Tenpenny, and he just felt like he had to do what he had to do. So when CJ and Smoke, when CJ and Sweet was supposedly about to die, I felt as Ryder was gonna do his part, make a little money, then eventually leave because, you know, his best friend is gone. His, well, two best friends is gone basically, and basically what's left of the Grove is their sister, who doesn't gangbang, and sister boyfriend, who they don't know of, and he probably would have been dead anyways because the Ballers would have taken over is Sweet, and CJ died. So yeah, I feel like Ryder was just a good character that wasn't supposed to die, because that's pretty sad how he actually died. So yeah, and I really I really don't know what to say about them killing off my homie. So yeah, what do you guys think was intended for the story to happen? Me personally, I feel like if Ryder's actor didn't leave, I feel as Ryder, like, maybe still would have turned. I don't know, like, what the game developers were thinking. But here's my little story. If Ryder's voice actor didn't leave, and if I was in charge, basically what I would do is have Ryder tell not Sweet, but tell CJ later on in a mission, then have him die by Tenpenny, or have him die to Smoke. I'd rather have Ryder dying to one of them than CJ killing him off, because if Ryder were to die by a baller or by one of them, that would have made more sense and it made the story better. Because just like in Saints Row 2, when Carlos had died, a lieutenant from the Saints, one of the good guys, when he had died, the leader basically wanted to kill Marrow, the leader of the Brotherhood, because Marrow was the person who killed Carlos. Like, the leader was fueled to kill Marrow and more motivated, then fucked him over, then killed him. And that was some real shit. The way they killed Carlos, they didn't have to kill Carlos, but the way they did it was in a good way. And I feel like San Andreas could have done that as well, although San Andreas came out first. So yeah, with that being said, that's how I feel like they should have killed off Ryder. Or maybe even they could have just basically, maybe they could have just, in my opinion, just kept Ryder alive, because it would have definitely made the story a lot funnier, especially seeing Ryder and his character calling Smoke like a fat ass moron, something like that, and having just the game be better, because at the ending it wasn't really the same. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So thank you guys for watching this video, and what do you guys think about GTA San Andreas and the story? This took me a minute to make, but I did it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want me to do more videos like this where I talk about game endings and shit like that, I'll feel free to. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, sorry for not ending this video, but I realized something. I forgot two important details. Detail number one, Ryder was there for CJ when his mom died. Basically, in this mission where Ryder was protecting CJ while he put the boxes in the van, it was the same mission that I said where he was protecting him in the weekend soldier base thing. So CJ basically was explaining that Ryder was mad at CJ for leaving, and obviously Ryder would be mad. CJ's one of his best friends, and you know, shit fell apart like how Ryder kind of fell apart with the Smoke situation. And he basically told CJ like he was there for him, and no matter how much shit, you know, they throw at you, you got to be strong. And that's pretty true. You know, life can be rough, but you just gotta, you know, deal with most of the shit that you going through. And yeah. And then there was another mission towards, like, not the ending, but the beginning of the end, if you know what I mean, where the Grove basically picks up and then gets taken over again. Basically, what had happened was there was like a drug deal gone wrong or something. Not drug deal, but it was a gang thing gone wrong. So CJ went to go save his brother because the feds showed up. But like Ryder and Smoke basically they basically left CJ and Sweet behind to die, and I have two reasons why they didn't let him die and why Smoke came back. So number one reason is that CJ's a beast, bug-eyed beast, and they knew CJ would probably make it out, knowing how badass CJ is. Therefore, they went back. And my number two reason is because Ryder was convincing Smoke to go back. Now, why would Ryder do that? Because one, he's not a bad guy, and two, because he probably he felt really guilty and he did not want to see his friends die. He would probably want CJ to die with him not being around rather than him being around. He wouldn't want his final words being to CJ is, oh, I'm gonna head out. That's just not right. So, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you want me to do more videos, I'll do them. And if you guys want me to give more ideas, then I'll do more ideas like Sweet's theory, Smoke's theory, and shit like that. So this is the final. I am out this bitch. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.